For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JanneyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. Buying, selling, or building a home? Then call Burford and Henry Real Estate today at 814-227-7355. For more than 15 years, Burford and Henry Real Estate Realtors have been ready to help you in your next property search. They are also the #1 agency selling more homes in the region than anyone else. And with their Showcase Homes divisions, their expert consultants can help you with building the home of your dreams. Check out Burford and Henry online at burfordandhenry.com. Burford and Henry Real Estate Services, something different.
Welcome into the QR Coaches Chalkboard Show, powered by Janney Montgomery Scott. I am Andy Close. Steve Buttery with me. So thank you very much for joining me, Steve. And we had a couple of District 9 4A championship games here from Tippin Gym this evening. First game, top seed Punxsutawney rallying for a 44-41 win over St. Mary's, and top seed Clearfield taking care of business on the boys' side, 47-30 over St. Mary's. And Steve, I want to start with the girls' game. That was a game that St. Mary's led by 10 with 6 minutes to go. What did you see?
St. Mary's controlled that game almost the entire way. And Punxsutawney was struggling to make baskets, and they looked lethargic out there for 3 quarters and 2 minutes basically. And Chloe Presloyd struggling from shooting, getting 4 points. It just didn't seem like it was meant to be. And then all of a sudden, a press, couple turnovers, and the tide just turned. And once they got that lead, it was which was with only about a minute left.
It was about a minute 50 seconds. So,
it was one of those things where you knew they weren't going to relinquish it. They did. Being down 10 in the fourth quarter, and to be able to come back and win was a very impressive effort for how they played the first 3 quarters, in my opinion.
Before we go any farther on that game, I see Chris Rossetti joining us there, kind of in the dark. Chris, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Sorry, I'm in the car right now. Rich Rhodes is driving. I'm not driving. Nobody has to worry about that. But I thought I'd try to hop on with you guys.
I do see him. He's talking.
Yeah, I hope the signal holds here, Andy. We're kind of in between Johnstown and Indiana right now, so who knows? But
Chris is talking.
Was it the Brookville Bedford game? You guys still have me?
And Chris down, obviously, for that Brookville 50-39 win over Bedford. And we got an interview there with the Raiders. Jack, Pete, want to play that here for you real quick right now.
What does it mean to win the sub-regional title for you?
Coming off of last year's big loss here, especially playing in the same gym this year, it's great. It feels great to win this gym.
This game never really had any flow to it. Talk about how you guys were able to fight through that and get the win.
First half, our offense, well, whole game really, our offense wasn't moving much. Weren't very effective, but second half we brought the defense and really turned it up.
Talk about your defense on Wrestler. He comes in averaging 21.6. I think he had like 5-6 points tonight. Talk about your defense and what your goal was against him.
I mean, I knew he was a good player. I've watched a lot of film on him the last couple of weeks. Just play my defense, play my game.
Now it's into the state tournament. You guys are gonna have to play better than what you played tonight to advance. But just talk about getting to that point and what this means to you.
I think in practice we're gonna have to go a lot harder against each other, really push ourselves. Tonight definitely wasn't our best night offensively or defensively, really. So level competition's getting better. We gotta play better as a team.
So that was Brookville's Jack Pete following the Raiders sub-regional title game win over Bedford. And Chris, we'll try that again. We'll see if you can hear us. What was the story in that game tonight?
Yeah, first of all, is this any better, Andy?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Okay, there's a little bit of a delay here, I see. So I'll try to work with that. I'll just roll through and talk here. But with the that game really never had any flow in it. There were a lot of foul calls early on, a lot of missed shots, a lot of turnovers both ways. Game really never got any flow going. But to Brookville's credit, they fought through all of that, and in typical Brookville fashion, it was a little bit of Clayton Cook, a little bit of Jack Pete, a little bit of Noah Peterson, a little bit of Kellen Haynes. It was a full team in for the Raiders.
Yep, and just talk about this Brookville program a little bit and what Coach Park has really been able to build there, because this is becoming the norm for them.
It is becoming the norm for them. I think Rich and I were just talking about it being like the third sub-regional title, fourth sub-regional title in 5 years. For a school that was once just a wrestling school in the winter, the basketball program has grabbed a large part of that spotlight, and they do it with a lot of hard work. They do it with a junior high program that teaches what they're teaching at the varsity level. I think that's really important when you're talking about successful programs, that you have to have successful junior high programs. And I think that's everything that Brookville has built this program the right way under Dalton Park. The same coaches are there in the junior high level year in and year out. The same coaches are there in the junior varsity level. He gets a guy like Bud Boffman. He gets a guy like Jim McCracken coaching the 9th grade team. These are really good basketball minds. And, it's showing because these kids are fundamentally sound players. They commit to playing strong defense. As we talked about in that interview, the biggest thing there, Kevin Wrestler for Bedford came in averaging 21 points a game. I think it was like 2 for 15, Rich says, from the field is what he was held to shooting by Jack Pete. Jack Pete only scores, I think, 7 points, but he holds the other team's best player to 2 of 15 shooting. That says a lot about how and why this team is where it's at and why it is sub-regional champions again.
Yeah, and again, that's the story from Winburn, where Brookville wins that sub-regional title. And the story here in the girls' game, again, Punxsutawney rallying from a 10-point fourth quarter deficit. And here was the point they took the lead on Avery Powell's runner, layup, I guess, with about minute 10 to go. And so, Steve, at that point, that was the first lead that Punxsutawney had since, I think, maybe late first, early second quarter.
Yeah, it was. And I wasn't sure it was going to happen. I mean, the way they played, even coming out in that fourth quarter, and Avery hit that shot, you could see the difference. Even if they only had that difference I know they had to play the whole game, but there was a difference in their body language when that shot went in. And to be able to close the deal, I mean, last year, losing to Red Bank in the district title for the first time in a few years, and then to come back and know they were on the cusp, I wasn't sure they'd be able to get over that, and Avery Powell had a huge game along with one of the Gribbles, Danielle. And so when you have like Chloe Pressloyd averaging over 16 points a game, not able to score with one field goal, they picked up the slack, and specifically Avery Powell came through in that shot and many others, and with rebounding as well. It was impressive to see that they held their composure all the way through.
Yeah, and again, St. Mary's had chances there late as well. Samantha Gribble actually was great down the stretch, hit a couple of free throws with, if I check my notes here, 17.9 seconds to go to make it a 4-point game, and then Izzy Catalone comes down and hits this shot to keep St. Mary's alive. And again, there you see the big Catalone three. Just a game effort from St. Mary's. They foul Samantha Gribble again. She heads back to the line, actually misses the front end of the 1-and-1, but here's what happened to close the game. We'll check that out.
2 shots.
And again, Steve, we talked about too, just the mentality of a champion. To you're down, you're not playing your best, but you're still able to get the job done in a championship setting. Just really great stuff from the Chucks.
It was. I mean, I don't think they've, with the exception of the loss to Erie Cathedral Prep,
and that was, and before you go on, that was a game. I mean, they're a powerhouse,
right?
That's a team that hasn't lost a game in District 10 since Warren beat them 4 years ago,
right?
And that was a single-digit game in the fourth quarter,
right? So I mean, really, you look at Punxsutawney. Like, I know they've had some close games throughout the year, but really, it's been, they come in one loss. You think they're going to come in and be able to just win this, and they weren't. But they still had that heart of a champion, like you said, and St. Mary's as well. Catalone hitting that three at the end. I'm thinking, okay, overtime maybe, or it was a huge shot. They never quit. They fought to the end. And I know they're disappointed after losing a 10-point lead, but you're going up against one of the top two teams in District 9, between them and Red Bank, if depending on the order there, but nothing to hang their heads about. But Punxsutawney, again, it's that heart of a champion, and when you're not playing well, they did everything else well. The defense was there, and the shooting, I'm not sure what their percentage was, but I know it wasn't high.
It wasn't great. And we'll just final thoughts on that girls' game. Talk to Avery Powell and Samantha Gribble afterwards, and here's what they had to say.
Avery Powell, Samantha Gribble, District 9 champion, Punxsutawney Lady Chucks. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I have to ask, you're down 10 with 6 minutes to go. What are you thinking, and how are you guys able to come back?
We got to play our game and play together as one. Even if our shots don't fall, we got to box out. We just got to keep going.
Yeah, this is a team that's been playing together since we were little, and we knew we could do it. We just had to come back together.
You guys have played a lot of big games. Do you think that helped?
Yes, I think it did. We also played from behind. I think that helped as well.
Yeah.
And tell me about that last play there. You missed the free throw, but you get your own rebound and put it in to kind of finish it off. That was pretty cool.
I didn't mean to miss that foul shot, but it worked out. So it's okay.
Obviously, anytime you win a District 9 title, it's special, but what makes it special?
That we did it together. It wasn't just like a one-man show or a two-man show. We all played and contributed.
Yeah, especially since this is Avery, my first district championship.
Yeah.
We lost to Red Bank last year, so it's really special for us.
Yeah. Was that any extra motivation coming into the season?
For sure, yes.
Definitely.
And obviously, it's been a spectacular season for you guys. Just how much are you looking forward to keep playing and keeping it going?
So much. We're so excited.
Can't wait for the future.
Yes.
All right, girls. Thanks. Great game. Congratulations.
So that was Avery Powell and Samantha Gribble following the dramatic win over St. Mary's in the girls 4A championship game. We're going to take one more quick break, thank our fine sponsors, and we'll be back to talk about the boys 4A championship game. You're watching the QR Coaches Chalkboard Show powered by Janney Montgomery Scott.
For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JanneyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. Buying, selling, or building a home? Then call Burford & Henry Real Estate today at 814-227-7355. For more than 15 years, Burford & Henry Real Estate Realtors have been ready to help you in your next property search. They are also the #1 agency selling more homes in the region than anyone else. And with their Showcase Homes divisions, their expert consultants can help you with building the home of your dreams. Check out Burford & Henry online at burfordandhenry.com. Burford & Henry Real Estate Services, something different.
Welcome back to the QR Code Coaches Chalkboard Show. Andy Close, Steve Buttery here with you. And Steve, the boys game kind of went maybe like a lot of people thought. St. Mary's jumped out to an early lead, but it was all Clearfield after that. They win 47-30. And before we go any further, their 9th consecutive District 9 title. That's a record. Just, what else can you say about that?
That's just impressive. I mean, there isn't much else you can say about that. I mean, 9 in a row that's crazy. I mean, there's been some good teams through those years as well that they've had to face. St. Mary's tonight was good. I mean, Clearfield a little too much for them, I think, even to the first quarter, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 8-5. St. Mary's after the first quarter, they actually went ahead 10-5 on a Tanner Fox layup. But Clearfield closed the half on a 16-2 run to take a 9-point lead. And it was pretty much, you don't want to say they coasted from there because St. Mary's did challenge that, but they were pretty much in cruise control after that. Cole Miller, Clearfield's all-time leading scorer, 25 points, his fourth, this group of seniors' 4th District 9 title. Just another great effort from him.
Well, I mean, watching him tonight, St. Mary's had no answer. Even when they tried to stop him, they couldn't. I mean, he distributed the ball very well throughout the game, but when he wanted to score, he was able to go and attack that basket and score, or hit some extremely long 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, his full arsenal is on display. Got a chance to catch up with Cole briefly after the Bison's title game win.
Clearfield District 9 champions again. Cole, what makes this one special?
I think it makes it special, especially, it's 4 in a row for me personally, but all throughout the year, you face ups and downs, and our team, I think this is just another example. Coach Gordon does a great job of just getting our team through those, downs and, bringing us up and, having great moments like this. It's just awesome to, be experiencing this. So glory to God, man.
How have you guys gotten better as the season's gone along to get to this point once again?
I think it's just a lot of playing with each other. you know, we didn't have really a lot of continuity coming into the season, and so the more we got to play with each other, the more we learned each other's games, and I think it really started to flow together towards the end of the season.
A little bit of a slow start for you guys, but you were able to overcome it, I should say. What clicked for you?
Honestly, I think it was just relaxing playing basketball. I think everybody came out here, and I mean, they saw the crowds. I mean, fantastic gym, and I think everybody was nervous. But once the first couple shots started to go in, I think everybody relaxed, and we were able to play as a team.
How far can you keep this thing going?
Hey, we'll just keep playing basketball, and we'll see where it gets us. That's all I got to say.
Well, thanks so much. Congratulations once again.
All right, so that was Clearfield's Cole Miller following the Bison 47-30 win over St. Mary's for the District 9 Class 4A title. And just a housekeeping item here. The Punxsutawney girls were supposed to play a sub-regional, but the City League opted out of that. So they will go straight into the first round of the PIAA playoffs where they play 7-5. I don't know who that is off the top of my head. Brookville will also play 7-5. I have to look at those brackets to see those. I do know, however, who Clearfield is going to be playing because Nate Glunt talked about it post-game. It's Laurel Highlands. And if you know anything about Laurel Highlands, they're led by Rodney Gallagher, the 4-star football recruit who's going to West Virginia, just a phenomenal athlete. And really, you know, once you get to the PIAA level, it's really a chance to showcase, but really a great opportunity for the Bison there against a great opponent.
Yeah, I mean, it will be an extremely great opponent, of course, for them. But to get there, that's all they got to do. And you know, they can with Cole Miller too. I think they can hold their own throughout here for a while. I think through there, but it is a different level when you start hitting there, especially in the 4A and 5A from schools from District 9 going into the state tournament.
Yeah, and I guess before we sign off here, Steve, I just want to get your final thoughts overall on the two games we saw here tonight. A little bit of a contrast, but some good basketball.
It was good basketball. I mean, the first game, the girls' game, it started out really slow. I wasn't sure it was going to be a very exciting game. Neither team could make a shot. It was kind of sloppy, expected after teams don't play for a while, but you know, it turned out to be a really good game. Both coaches had their teams prepared. Both played their heart out all the way through, and Punxsy, heart of a champion, comes through in the end. You know, guys' side, again, two of the greatest in District 9 battling between Bill Shuey and Nate Glunt going at it there. But Clearfield just way too much for St. Mary's there tonight. It was an extremely slow start because it was Cole Miller 5 and St. Mary's 0 with like a minute 40 to go in the first quarter.
Right. Yeah, St. Mary's St. Mary's finally got on the board with a minute 20 to go in the first quarter on a Charlie Coudray putback.
Right. So it was a very slow start, and I was like, man, this is going to be a really ugly game. And then it opened up from there, and, you know, Clearfield did what they had to. St. Mary's tried to slow them down with their defense, but they just couldn't do it. Clearfield too much, and but both teams, great effort though, all the way to the end too in that one as well.
And again, be sure to check out we got the brief recaps up on both games on the site. Be sure to check it out later. We'll have full recaps from both championship games as well as Brookfield's win over Bedford. Just getting started here with the championships. The next 2 days are going to be very exciting. Weather permitting, tomorrow night, we have boys championships on the District 10 side in 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. And then on Saturday, of course, right back here at Tippin Gym, it's Championship Saturday across District 9, you know, 1A and 2A championship games there, and as well as, 3A on, 1A, 2A championship Saturday, 1A and 2A boys and girls, and then the District 10 girls championships on Saturday as well. We'll have you covered wire to wire. Steve, thanks for jumping in here. I wasn't sure if I was going to have a partner to co-host here tonight, and gave you a text, and you jumped right in, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, always fun, Andy, and I appreciate joining you anytime. So yeah.
All right, for Steve Buttery, I'm Andy Close, saying so long and have a great evening, everybody.